train a dramatic escalation that has reverberated across the globe. Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg has been deported by Israel after she was arrested aboard a Gaza-bound aid flotilla, attempting to break the 18-year naval blockade on the besieged enclave. Thunberg, just 22 years old, had joined 11 other activists on the Madeleine, a UK-flagged vessel intercepted off the coast of Egypt. The flotilla was carrying a symbolic cargo of humanitarian aid, a defiant gesture aimed at highlighting the desperate conditions in Gaza and the international community's growing frustration with Israel's continued blockade. Israeli forces seized the boat early Monday and escorted it to the port of Ashdod. There, the passengers were detained, sparking a wave of diplomatic and legal outcry. Among them, Thunberg was swiftly deported. Israel's foreign ministry even posted photos of her aboard a plane, saying she was en route to Sweden via France. But the story doesn't end there. At least 4 other activists are also expected to be deported. However, 8 others have refused to sign deportation documents, making their expulsion legally complex. Under Israeli law, refusal triggers a judicial process to authorize forced deportation, a move that could ignite further international scrutiny. The human rights organization Adalah, which is legally representing the detainees, said it had to issue multiple requests just to gain access to its clients. After hours of delay, lawyers were finally allowed to meet the Madeleine passengers late last night, a delay Adalah called deeply concerning and legally questionable. This latest confrontation comes amid mounting global criticism of Israel's actions in Gaza, where humanitarian conditions continue to deteriorate. Thunberg, known for her blunt critiques of world leaders over climate inaction, has increasingly spoken out on Palestine, a shift that has brought both fierce support and backlash. Her arrest, and now deportation, has turned the spotlight on what activists are calling a crackdown on peaceful civil disobedience. Critics argue that Israel's interception of a ship carrying symbolic aid is yet another example of silencing dissent. As Thunberg returns to Europe, questions swirl. Was this simply an act of civil protest or a political flashpoint, now echoing through global headlines? And how will the world respond as one of its most recognizable young voices is forced out of a country for simply trying to bring aid? For more on this breaking story and ongoing updates, stay with DRM News.